secretary, but you know, that's something happened. This thing. And there is also this idea of accumulation advantage, you know, and this is something that's going on, and it's something that sometimes it should be broken. And so there is some ideas and a strategy and an action that we could take. And I was told by a colleague of us that is going this Olympiad of mathematics, and it was very interesting because she said the participation of girls is very good up to such a level of 13, 15 or below 15 years old, and then they hear this disappear because somehow maybe they don't want to be have this kind of hold that they are the kind of too efficient students and so on, but they disappear. But the ability they still keep, no. So I think these are some things that so this I am afraid that we somehow we are very much repeating ourselves, you know, and the question is that really we should go for action. One of the points that I am also very much involved, and I think that's important, is the organization of meetings to discuss this thing. So the UPAP, some years ago, realized that the participation of women was very small, and they have tried to organize, they create a committee for this, and a colleague of us, Marcia Barbaza, was one of the founding members of this committee, and they have made a survey, and they have organized the first conference of women in physics in Paris. And I did this time, I did not know Marcia, and one day I got a telephone call, and she told me, you know, I want you to give a talk in this conference. But I say, why? She said, because I entered in the curriculum lattice, that is a base date of CNPq, and I was looking for some woman that has a good publication but has family, and I think you should be the one. And she gave me the title, Personal Experience of a Latin American Physicist, and was my most difficult talk. But I think and this time on, I get more and more involved. So this was the meeting in Paris, and then I decided to organize the second meeting in Rio de Janeiro, that was here, and the third one was organized in Korea, and it seemed that this has many effects on all this situation, and publishing reports, and somehow getting women's participation in commissions, and now UPAP, they only support conference that has woman as a speaker or organized. Otherwise, they don't get money for this. So there is some ways to make things kind of brute force, no? And this has helped very much, and many recommendations that what can be done. And I think from one conference or meeting to the other, we are just collecting and repeating the same ideas. But I should not forget to tell that in Brazil, we have a very special situation, because we have the Secretary for Politics for Women, and with Minister Nilceia Freire, and here we have her representative. And I think this is very important that this thing is going on, because it has aspect that is connected to IANAS, because they are selecting students to write some text about women in science, and there is boys that are doing a very good job and getting prize. I think that's excellent. We have also the GAP Brazil, that is led by Elisa Abreu, and we have had some meetings, and the idea is to have some action plans and some objectives to be reached, and you also can read there. I have no time to read all, and this has a list of participation of very important person, like for example IANAS, that is Lúcia Previato, and Lúcia Mello, that is the president of CGEE, and Beatriz, that got the prize last year from UNESCO. So we hope that this group can proceed and really make good contribution. And then we did a conference that we call Latin American Women in Exat and Bioscience. And this was done here in Rio de Janeiro. I and Marcia, after the meeting in Paris, before the second one, we did this meeting. And this is going on. We have the first one in Brazil. We have the second one in Mexico. The third one was in Bolivia, organized by Elisa, that could not come. And we had the fourth one in Guatemala. And the sixth one will be Honduras next year. I may need to use my Italian passport to go there, but I think I will go. And I think this is very important, because in these meetings, you know, in each of these regions, I would say, the problematic is different, you know. Of course, the situation in Brazil is much different from Bolivia and so on. And the possibility to discuss and share experience among the ladies, but we have also here 15% of men that are taking part. I think it's very important. But what I would like to leave for you as a final message is that besides to work to have more women in science, it's urgent and necessary that we qualify their participation better. You see that I was vice president of Brazilian Physical Society, and in 2003 I make a survey to see how many women, what percentage of doctor, and so and so. And then 3 or 4 years later I did it again. The number of members of Brazilian Physical Society has increased, but the number of women with doctor degree and so remains the same percentage, you know, the same fraction. So I think the idea that if we have more women in the bottom that we're going up is not right. You know, something should be done so that, and I have plenty of ideas, but and this is what also I would like to say, but I have also, you know, these are all suggestions that we took out from this woman in physics, women in science, and that repeating women in physics. So there is many suggestions how we can do, but I think we need to find some way to make these things going. I think with the women, we need now to really try to have some action, and with help with the men, and I hope the Academy can also be our partner in this way. So, thank you very much.